Hello, everyone. My name is Joyce Sekyi, and I am a student of the University of Waterloo, Canada, and also part of the V2V Global Partnership. My research looks at the impact of oil and gas activities on small-scale fishers in coastal Ghana. Small-scale fisheries around the world employ over 90% of people engaged in capture fisheries. This also means that a lot of these people are mostly found in developing countries, and small-scale fisheries provide nutritional support, livelihood support, and support to many cultures around the world. However, small-scale fisheries are usually marginalized and left in important decisions that affect global fisheries. Environmental changes, climate change, international policies, unfavorable trade policies, both locally and nationally, are also part of the impact that affects small-scale fisheries across the world. In Ghana, the small-scale fisheries support 135,000 fishers in the marine subsector. Fisheries again support Ghana's GDP with 3% and provide jobs and food to about 2.2 people in the country, making 10% of Ghana's population. However, small-scale fisheries have had issues with declined fish catch since 1999. However, in 2007, oil and gas activity started, and this additionally contributed to declining fish catch. The diagram here shows fish production from 2010 to 2017, and it can be seen that fish production had a dwindling effect right from 2010 until 2017. As mentioned earlier, commercial exploration and production of oil and gas started in 2007. However, oil prospecting goes back to 1896. Production per day of oil was estimated to increase from 196,089 barrels in 2019 to 420,000 and 20,000 barrels in 2023. So the graph here shows production from 2013 to 2020, and it can be seen that in 2013, production was 97.91 thousand barrels, and in 2020, it increased to 199,000.5 barrels. The interaction between oil and gas activities and small-scale fisheries presented a wide range of vulnerabilities that called for the studies. Small-scale fisheries are affected by decreased access to capitals, lack of well-being, and poor resilience. This is because oil and gas activities affect the total livelihoods of small-scale fisheries. Hence, since they have existed since the start of oil and gas, this study aimed to look at the adaptive responses that small-scale fisheries have undertaken since oil and gas started in response to such vulnerabilities that have been posed on their livelihoods. So specifically, the study aimed to, first of all, investigate the vulnerabilities of small-scale fisheries from oil and gas activities. It also aimed to investigate the adaptive responses used in response to the identified vulnerabilities. The study used secondary data, mainly through review of past literature and case studies. The results from the study showed that oil and gas exploration and production activities has many facets which affect the livelihoods and total well-being of small-scale fisheries, right from seismic surveys, where aerial surveys are conducted to find out places which have commercial quantities of oil. These surveys affect the aquatic population there because most sea animals do not thrive in unstable sound areas. And so these sounds produced during seismic surveys affect aquatic population or aquatic animals that are present. Drilling also brings about the release of waste chemicals, waste products into the atmosphere. Gas flaring, which forms part of oil and gas activities, equally brings about the release of toxic gases such as methane into the environment, also contributing to greenhouse effect. Unfavorable government policies such as restriction of small-scale fisheries near certain previously used fishing grounds also poses livelihood difficulties for these small-scale fisheries. Struggle for space is another impact or another driver that brings about a lot of impact on small-scale fisheries. These main impacts that arise from these drivers include conflicts between oil and gas companies and small-scale fisheries, increased social vices in communities where there is lack of employment or declining incomes, low fish catch due to the restrictions placed, and other environmental pollution effects. Environmental pollution such as oil spills, gas flaring, and then destruction of aquatic environment are also impacts that arise as a result of oil and gas exploration. Increased cost of living and accommodation, which is an effect of migration of foreigners and other people into these small communities, brings about scarcity in finding accommodation and increases the cost because there is an issue of demand and supply. When demand increases and supply is low, prices go up. So the resulting vulnerabilities from these impacts includes loss of livelihood resilience, declining capitals, and decreased well-being. First of all, livelihood resilience is lost because people are unable to meet their daily needs. People's incomes are reduced and are unable to find food, shelter, and accommodation for themselves. Declining capitals, which could result from environmental pollution and other unfavorable government policies, also affect small-scale fisheries as a result of oil and gas activities. Decreasing well-being, in this case, when fishers are unable to find incomes and then enough food to supplement or to take care of their families, their well-being can be decreased. This includes the relational, subjective, and material well-being of such small-scale fisheries. In response to these identified vulnerabilities, existing studies have shown that most small-scale fishers resort to livelihood diversification, where they find other means of obtaining income, such as going into piggery farming, vegetation farming, plumbing, electrical works, bicycle repairing, and many other unskilled and skilled jobs. Others have also proved that intensified fishing has been able to supplement decreasing fish catch and income. Here, improved gadgets, improved GPS technology, and all that are used to enhance fishing. Fishers also resort to new fishing grounds to be able to obtain more fish catch to supplement their income. Improving access to capital such as credit facilities, community mobilization has also proved to help fishers respond to such identified vulnerabilities. New innovation, as mentioned earlier, GPS, outboard motor systems, have been used by fishers in the past to respond to declining livelihoods. Since there are adaptive responses to these, it means that there is definitely a route or the possibility of helping small-scale fisheries move from their vulnerability to viability. This includes enhancing their skills through capacity building, ensuring adequate representation of these small-scale fisheries in decision-making bodies and other important stakeholders that make laws and regulations to govern small-scale fisheries, improving access to capitals, not only financial, but social, natural capitals, is also an important means of helping small-scale fisheries move from vulnerability to viability, supporting job diversification, and ensuring strict environmental regulations by environmental regulators and government agencies can help reduce impact of oil pollution and impact of oil and gas activities on the environment. Thank you so much, and I'm glad you listened. This research forms part of the Global V2V Partnership, as mentioned earlier, which was funded by the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council of Canada. Thank you.